My neighbor crossed the line. I brought a ruler. For 3 years, Gerald and I had been perfectly fine neighbors. We waved at each other. Our kids played together. I even helped him move a couch once. Then he built the fence. It appeared one Saturday morning while I was at work. 8 feet tall, solid wood, and about 4 feet into what I was pretty sure was my property. I walked over that evening to ask about it. Gerald was in his driveway washing his truck. "Hey man, that fence looks great, but I think it might be a little far onto my side." He didn't even look up. "It's on my property. Survey says so." "What survey?" "The one I paid for." He finally turned to face me. "Maybe you should have gotten one before you planted those roses." "My roses. The ones my late mother helped me plant 3 years ago. They were now on his side of the fence." I asked him to show me the survey. He said he'd get around to it. That was 3 weeks ago. During those 3 weeks, Gerald got comfortable. He started parking his trailer right up against my driveway. He let his dog use what used to be my roses as a bathroom. He even complained to the HOA that my garage light was shining into his new property. The HOA sent me a warning letter. My wife told me to let it go. My brother told me to slash his tires. I chose a third option. I hired my own surveyor. The guy showed up on a Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Professional outfit, expensive equipment. Gerald watched from his window as this man spent 4 hours measuring every inch of our shared property line. When he finished, he handed me the official report. I read it 3 times to make sure I understood correctly. Gerald's fence wasn't 4 feet onto my property. It was 6 feet and 3 inches. I walked over to Gerald's door and knocked. He answered with a smirk. Finally giving up, I handed him the surveyor's report. He read it. His face went white. "That's not possible," my guy said. "Your guy was wrong." I pointed at the fence. "That fence is sitting on my property. So is your new shed. So is half your patio." He started stammering. "We can work something out." I smiled. "I'm sure we can." The next morning, I filed a formal complaint with the city. Unpermitted construction, property encroachment, violation of setback requirements. The city inspector arrived 2 days later. Gerald tried to explain that there was a misunderstanding. The inspector didn't care. He measured everything himself, confirmed my survey was accurate. Gerald had 30 days to remove all structures from my property or face daily fines. But I wasn't done. I contacted a lawyer about the roses, my mother's roses, the ones Gerald's dog had been destroying for 3 weeks. Turns out, intentionally damaging someone's property has consequences. Even plants, especially plants with documented sentimental value. My lawyer sent Gerald a letter demanding $4,500 in damages. Gerald tried to apologize, said he got bad information, said his surveyor must have made a mistake, said we could go back to being good neighbors. I told him good neighbors don't steal 6 feet of someone's yard and blame the victim. He had to tear down the entire fence, had to demolish his shed, had to rip up half his patio, all on his own dime. The day the construction crew showed up to remove everything, I sat on my porch and watched. My wife brought me lemonade. Gerald came outside at one point and just stood there staring at the destruction. Then he looked at me. I raised my glass. 2 months later, my roses were replanted exactly where they belonged. I put up my own fence, 3 feet tall, white picket, right on the property line, down to the inch. Gerald moved 6 months later, sold the house at a loss because he had to disclose the property dispute. The new neighbors are lovely. They brought us cookies when they moved in. Last week, the wife mentioned that Gerald had warned them about me before they bought the house, said I was a nightmare neighbor who ruined his life over a few feet of grass. She laughed when she told me. I laughed too. Then I showed her exactly where the property line was, just in case.